Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Gurudev. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Thank you. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavan ki jai. Shri Radha Nilamadhava ki jai. Gaura Premanandi, Haribol, Haribol. Thank you all for coming tonight, although it looks like daylight. And unfortunately, the days are going to get darker and darker, but that's okay. As long as we have Bhagavad Gita, the real light is there, the light of spiritual knowledge. So today we're going to hear from the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse number 16. And you can repeat after me. Chatur vidha bhajante mam. One second. Jana sukritina rirjuna. Artha jigyasur artharti. Ganicha paratar sabha. And the translation is the following, and you can repeat after I say this. O best among the Bharatas, 4 kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me, meaning Krishna, the distressed, the desire of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So you can repeat after me also. Unlike the miscreants, these are adherents of the regulative principles of the scriptures, and they are called Sukritina, or those who obey the rules and regulations of scriptures, the moral and social laws, and are more or less devoted to the Supreme Lord. Out of these, there are 4 classes of men. Those who are sometimes distressed, those who are in need of money, those who are sometimes inquisitive, and those who are sometimes searching after knowledge of the absolute truth. These persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service under different conditions. These are not pure devotees. These are not pure devotees because they have some aspiration to fulfill in exchange for devotional service. Pure devotional service is without aspiration and without desire for material profit. The Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu defines pure devotion thus. Anya bilasita sunyam, jnana karmadi anavritam, anukulyena Krishnan, I'm sorry, one second. Anukulyena Krishna nanu. Silanam Bhaktir Uttama. Okay. So the meaning of this verse is, one should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord Krishna favorably and without desire for material profit or gain through fruitive activities or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotional service. When these 4 kinds of persons come to the Supreme Lord for devotional service and are completely purified by the association of a pure devotee, they also become pure devotees. As far as the miscreants are concerned, for them, devotional service is very difficult because their lives are selfish, irregular, and without spiritual goals. But even some of them, by chance, when they come in contact with a pure devotee, also become pure devotees. Those who are always busy with fruitive activities come to the Lord in material distress, and at that time associate with pure devotees and become, in their distress, devotees of the Lord. Those who are simply frustrated also come sometimes to associate with the pure devotees and become inquisitive to know about God. Similarly, when the dry philosophers are frustrated in every field of knowledge, they sometimes want to learn of God, and they come to the Supreme Lord to render devotional service. And thus, transcendental knowledge of the impersonal Brahman and the localized Paramatma, and come to the personal conception of Godhead. By the grace of the Supreme Lord, or his pure devotee. On the whole, when the distressed, the inquisitive, the seekers of knowledge, and those who are in need of money are free from all material desires, and when they fully understand that material remuneration has nothing to do with spiritual improvement, they become pure devotees. As long as such a purified stage is not attained, devotees in transcendental service to the Lord are tainted with fruitive activities. The search for mundane knowledge so one has to transcend all this before one can come to the stage of pure devotional service. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this is explaining the different types of people that come to Krishna consciousness. And when they first come, they usually have material desires to satisfy. They might be in trouble. They might be seeking wealth. And anyway, they don't come out of pure desire to please Krishna. They come with some material desires, and they decide to see if by coming to God, God can please their material desires. Now, that is not bad, but it's not good either. But when you come, even with material desires, if you come to Krishna, and in the association of good devotees, gradually those material desires will go away, and you'll have only spiritual desires to please Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's a gradual process because normally when people are in trouble, they will come to God. Okay, the children have to be quiet. So whoever child is making a lot of noise, you have to take them outside, please. Okay? The children have to be quiet. Okay. So this verse is saying that there are 4 kinds of people who are pious, and they begin to render devotional service to Krishna. They are the distressed, the desirers of wealth, the inquisitive, and those who are searching for knowledge of the Absolute. So most people that come to God or Krishna, they're distressed. And they have a lot of problems. And they're hoping that by coming to Krishna, their problems will go away. And they're right to feel like that. They're right to expect that if they come to God or Krishna, their problems will go away. It is a fact. However, sometimes after their problems go away, they stop coming to the temple. They stop chanting Hare Krishna. And again, they go back to their bad habits, and again, they're having trouble. One time, one gentleman came to me, and he was in deep distress. And he said, "Can you help me?" I said, "Well, only if you take my advice and follow it." He said, "What is your advice?" I said, "You have to understand, if you're having problems in life, it's because you are knowingly or unknowingly committing sinful acts." He said, "Well, what do you mean by sinful acts?" And I told him the 4 major sinful acts is meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and intoxication, including coffee and tea. So he was a little surprised by that, shocked, let's say. And I explained to him that as long as you're doing these 4 things, you're engaging in sinful activity, and your mind is always going to be disturbed. Your relationships will eventually be very difficult, and you'll be unhappy. He said, "Well, I want to be happy." I said, "Yeah, of course you want to be happy. Everybody wants to be happy. But there are recommended ways to become happy. The best way to become happy is to, first of all, the reason people become unhappy is because they don't have any relationship to Krishna. If you begin to come to the temple and hear about Krishna and listen to the lectures given by genuine devotees, eventually all your miseries and difficulties will go away. The only reason people suffer in this world is because of forgetfulness of Krishna. Forgetfulness of Krishna is a disease. And what does it cause? It causes misery. Remembrance of Krishna is the panacea, or the medicine to heal that misery. The more you remember Krishna, the more closer you come to Krishna, the more all your difficulties go away. Now, someone can say, "Well, I don't know." I said, "Okay, you don't have to know, but you do know that you're suffering. So I just give you a very plausible way by which your suffering can go away. You don't have any idea how to stop your suffering, so you should accept what I say. I'm giving you a way to become free of all suffering. So, obviously, someone is suffering, they don't know how to stop it, and someone else says, well, here's a way to stop it. Chant Hare Krishna and become a vegetarian and offer your food to Krishna before you eat, and then Krishna will offer it back as his prasadam, and now you're not eating food, you're eating Krishna's mercy or prasadam. I had a friend once, and I had not seen him or heard of him for 40 years. And one day, out of the blue, he called me up. And he said, Harry, he said, I have a big problem. I said, John, I haven't spoken to you in 40 years. He said, I know, but you're the only person that can solve my problem. I said, how do you know that? He said, no, I know who you are, and I have perfect confidence in you. So I said, okay, what's your problem? He said, well, I had a girlfriend, and like myself, she had a mental problem, but her mental problem got worse than mine, and I threw her out of the house. I said, that's not nice. He said, yeah, but I couldn't take any more her association. And then she committed suicide. I said, oh, that's serious. He said, yeah, it's real serious. So what's your problem now? He said, my problem is that she's haunting me. She's a ghost. She's scaring the heck out of me. I said, okay, but why'd you come to me? He said, I know you can help me. I said, how do you know that? I said, I'm not a ghost buster. He said, no, don't joke around with me. I know you're the only person that can help me. And he said, I went to all kinds of different people, to the Christians and to these people and those people. Nobody helped me, but I know you can help me. I said, well, my dear friend, I don't think you'll follow to what I'm going to ask you to do. He said, no, I will follow it. I might not like it, but I will follow it. I have to get rid of this lady. She's driving me crazy. Okay, I said, well, she's driving you crazy because you hurt her. You basically broke away from her, and she became desperate, and as you said, she committed suicide. He said, okay, so what do I do to get rid of her now? She's coming and haunting me all the time. I said, well, she wants to have prasadam. He said, what's that? I said, prasadam is sanctified food that has been offered to Krishna, and Krishna offers it back. He said, look, you know that I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. I said, well, if you want to get rid of this lady, you better start believing in God. He said, okay. Anything to get rid of her because she's making me crazy. I said, okay, so here's what you do. Every day before you eat, you have to offer your food to Krishna. He said, look, you know I'm an atheist. I said, I know you're an atheist, but you better believe in God in order to get rid of this lady. He said, okay. So what do I do? I said, well, you have to cook only vegetarian food and no garlic or onion. He said, but I like garlic and onion. I know you like garlic and onion, but you can't offer Krishna. He said, wait a minute, who's that, Krishna? I said, it's the name of God in the Sanskrit language. He said, okay. I said, you're going to have to offer sanctified food to this lady that's haunting you, this ghost. And the way to get sanctified food is you cook only vegetarian food with no garlic and onion, and you get a picture of Krishna, and then you offer to Krishna with prayers. And I will give you a little booklet where you can recite the prayers. He said, look, my whole life I've been an atheist. I don't know if I can do this. I said, okay, well, then I can't really help you. He said, no, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it because this lady is driving me crazy. I said, okay. So I gave him a little booklet with the prayers for offering food for Krishna. I gave him a picture of Krishna. And I said, before you eat, you say these prayers, and then you give Krishna time to eat the food, and then he will give it back to you. He said, well, if he eats all the food, what am I going to eat? I said, no. He eats it in a very spiritual way. You won't see it disappear. And then he offers it back to you, and now that is called prasadam, his mercy. Now, if you eat prasadam and you don't engage in any sinful activity, all your problems will go away. Okay, he said, I've never been a believer in God, but I'll do anything to get rid of this lady. I said, okay. So I gave him a picture of Krishna. I gave him a little booklet. You can get the booklet. It only costs $1. And it explains how you can make your offerings to Krishna. And I said, then you have to say this mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So what's this all mean? I said, well, you're saying the names of God or Krishna. He said, well, how's that going to help me? I said, it helps everybody. It'll help you. It'll help the girl that committed suicide. It'll help the ants that might be in your house. It'll help everybody. He said, okay. So he got that little booklet with the prayers to say, to offer the food to Krishna, and he started doing it. And 1 month later, he called me up, and he said, Harry, it worked. She doesn't bother me anymore. I don't see her anymore. I said, yeah. He said, I knew you were the only person that could help me. I said, well, there are probably other people also. I said, no. I went to all those other people. They didn't help me at all. You're the only one that's actually helped me. I said, okay. I said, what are you going to do now? He said, what do you mean, what am I going to do now? I said, look, you had a big problem. I suggested that you do something. It's helped you. It solved your problem. What are you going to do now? He said, you mean you think I'm going to become like you, like a devotee? I said, yeah. He said, no, I'm not going to become a devotee. I said, well, then it could happen to you again. He said, then I'll come back to you again. Anyway, he was a nice person, but he was completely atheistic. But even atheists, sometimes, they come to devotees for help. And after that, he has never called me again. But the point is, at least for a little bit, he said the Hare Krishna mantra during at least 1 month of his life. And he offered the food to Krishna, and he ate the remnants of the food, the prasadam. So because he did that, he has guarantee of taking a human birth in the next life. Okay. He's going to take birth in his next life as a human being, and he will start from the point he stopped. That is, whatever he did for that 1 month to offer the food and say the Hare Krishna mantra, he will start from where he stopped. Why? Because anything you do for Krishna becomes an eternal asset. You'll never lose the benefit. And if you don't finish the job by going back to Godhead in this lifetime, then you're guaranteed another human birth in the next lifetime, and you start from the point you stopped in the previous life. So you can never be a loser in Krishna consciousness. Now, we should take advantage of this. The fact that you can never be, the asset of chanting Hare Krishna can never be lost. Even if you're not liberated in this lifetime, in your next life, you're guaranteed a human body, and you begin your spiritual life from the point that you stopped in the previous life. So that means that Krishna consciousness is progressive. Whatever you do, Krishna never forgets it, even if you forget it. And in your next lifetime, you'll start from the point you ended in your last lifetime. This means that Krishna is supremely merciful God. He's not a vindictive God. He's very merciful. Now, if we compare that to Christianity, in a sense, the presentation of God by the Christians in Christianity, it looks like God is vindictive. First of all, the Christians say, if you go to hell, there's no way you can get out. But in Krishna consciousness, we know that even if you go to hell, you can still be saved and come out of hell and go back to the spiritual world. So there are major differences between religions. When you talk about morality, there's no differences. You talk about who God is and what God can do or not do, then there are major differences. So Krishna is most merciful. He never, because you have an eternal soul, he never rejects you. All you have to do is simply chant Hare Krishna and eat Mahaprasadam and associate with devotees, and all your sins will go away, and you'll be able to be, let's say, ready to go back to the spiritual world in this lifetime. So, 3 simple things. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Eat only Krishna prasadam, vegetarian food that's offered, that's cooked and offered with love and devotion for Krishna, and then Krishna offers it back to you as his prasadam. And regularly hear lectures given by genuine devotees. In this way, very easily, you can purify your life, and at the moment of death, you'll be able to remember Krishna and go back to the spiritual world. So, the best moment for a devotee who has been chanting Krishna's names and listening to lectures, etc., Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The moment of death is the best moment in their life because they'll see Krishna. And for the people who are engaged in sinful activities, meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication, and so forth, the moment of death is the worst moment in their life because they're going to see Yamaraj. And you definitely do not want to see Yamaraj. So here we see that actually it's much easier to be Krishna conscious than to be a sinner. To be a sinner, you have to do all kinds of things that are very, very negative. Meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, intoxication. All those things are not fun. Of course, some people, they say, well, if I can't do that, I may as well commit suicide. They're the only things that give me happiness. I've met people like that. But actually, there's no happiness when you do those things. But in Krishna consciousness, there's only happiness. There's chanting, there's dancing, there's hearing good things, there's doing good things, and you also have the possibility of seeing God, just like now. You're seeing God. There's Krishna and Radharani, and there's also Nrsingadev, and there's also the Jagannath, etc. So you're seeing God. They're not statues. Don't use the word statues. They are deities. That means God is actually present in the forms that you're seeing. And he can take different forms. Of course, God is unlimited. He can take any form he wants. And all his forms are transcendental. But the most, let's say, attractive form that Krishna takes is as in the form of Radha and Krishna. Very, very beautiful and very, very gentle. That doesn't mean the other forms are not good. All the forms of Krishna are good, and they're all transcendental. And Krishna has the same potency, whether he's in the form of Krishna or Rama or any other form that he takes, like, for example, sometimes he becomes Matsya Avatar. It's a gigantic fish. He starts out by being a minute fish like this, and then expands into becoming a gigantic fish. So any of the forms of Krishna are wonderful. But the most, let's say, beautiful forms of Krishna is, as you're seeing here, Radha and Krishna together. Okay, so there are 4 kinds of pious men that begin to render devotional service to Krishna. They are the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. So nobody comes to Krishna because they love him. They come to Krishna because they're in trouble. However, when you come to Krishna and you're serious about chanting Hare Krishna and following the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness, all your troubles go away very quickly. And now you become happy. And if you continue to chant Hare Krishna the rest of your life, not only you're happy, you're peaceful, but above all, you're protected by Krishna. And because you've been chanting Hare Krishna every day, easily you'll be able to say the name of Krishna at the moment of death, and you go back to the spiritual world, or Vaikuntha, where there's no birth, old age, disease, and death. In other words, all your problems have been solved. The problems that we have are exactly birth, old age, disease, and death. Why are these things happening? We should ask ourselves that question. Why is this happening to me? I didn't choose to be born. I don't remember choosing to be born. I don't choose to get sick. I don't choose to get old, and I definitely don't choose to die, but yet it's happening. So you have to ask this question, why is this happening? If you don't ask that question, you're not actually a real human being. Why? Well, the animals, they never ask that question. They don't have the capacity to ask that question. Why am I suffering? Why am I going to die? Only a human being has the ability to understand their relationship with Krishna. But if you don't try and understand your relationship with Krishna, then instead of being a 4-legged animal, you become a 2-legged animal, because you're not acting any differently than the animals. The animals can't understand their relationship with Krishna. You don't hear any of them chanting Hare Krishna. You don't see any of them coming into the temple. If they come into the temple, they'll probably pass stool and urine, and then we chase them away. So you see, there are 4-legged animals and there are 2-legged animals. The 2-legged animals do the same thing as the 4-legged animals. They eat, they sleep, they mate, and defend. So what differentiates the human being from an animal? The human being has a possibility to understand his or her relationship with God or Krishna. And if we don't attempt to do that, we're no better than an animal. We're just a 2-legged animal. So therefore, there are too many 2-legged animals now in the world. Before, in ancient times, there were a few demons, like Kamsa and Ravana and so forth. Today, there are thousands, millions of demons in the world. Whenever a demon was born in ancient times, the weather became very bad. There would be hurricanes, there would be tsunamis, there would be fires, there would be so many things that always heralded or the birth of a demon. But it was rare. There were only a few demons. There's Ravana, there's Kamsa, and so forth. Today, there are millions of demons. That's why you have bad weather. Every time there's very bad weather, it means a demon has been born, like an earthquake, flooding, and different things like that. So we see that there are many demons being born today. And, but everybody has a chance to become a devotee of the Lord. Even the worst person can become the best person. The Adama can become Uttama if you take knowledge and training in Krishna consciousness. So the worst person can become the best person, and a person who ignores Krishna consciousness, even though they seem to be a very prosperous person, they become the worst person, right? So everything depends on who you're listening to, who you're taking advice from. So today, you send your child to a school to be educated. Unfortunately, your children are not being educated. They're being taught to be ignorant of their relationship with God. They might know how to do arithmetic and mathematics. They might learn so many things in school, but they don't learn anything about who God is and how to please God. Therefore, they're considered to be ignorant. Why? Because they're not learning how to free themselves from the cycle of birth and death. And basically, it's the fault of their parents. The parents are pushing their kids to be academically, let's say, successful. They don't teach the kids anything spiritual anymore. They just want the kids to get good grades so they can get good jobs and make a lot of money and so forth. But that's not the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to be able to remember Krishna at the moment of death and then be liberated from the cycle of birth and death and go back to the spiritual world, to Vaikuntha. That is real success. But today, most parents believe success means my child will go to MIT or another, prestigious university and get a good teaching and then make good money and so forth. But that's not really the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to understand your relationship with God and act in that relationship. Then you are able, if you're regularly practicing Krishna consciousness, you'll be able to remember God at the moment of death and go back to the spiritual world. There was one man, he was buying a Calcutta steel stock. Every month he would buy 1 or 2 more stocks in Calcutta steel. He lived in Calcutta. And over time, he became a multimillionaire, a crorepati, as they say in India. And he got old, and then he was on his deathbed, and then all his sons and daughters, relatives were around his bed. And he said, with his last breath, Monday morning, this was like a Friday night, he said, Monday morning, he said, buy Calcutta stock, and then he died. Now, what do you think happened to him? What do you think happened to him? He definitely didn't go back to the spiritual world. Yeah, he took birth in the Calcutta in the stock market, but he took the body of a cockroach. Now, every living entity you see has an eternal soul. All the cockroaches, all the birds, all the snakes, they're all living entities, and they all have an eternal soul. But they have different types of bodies due to their karma in previous lives. And they'll eventually come back to the human form of life. But if they commit sinful activities, then they go back into animal or reptile forms of bodies. So we see that there's what you would call the Ferris wheel syndrome. The Ferris wheel syndrome. The Ferris wheel it starts in the bottom, and then you can go up to the top, and then you come back to the bottom again, and then you go up to the top. So we have eternal souls. And depending on what activities we do and what things that we are thinking, we can either be on the bottom or be on the top. But we will still be in the material world, because just because one is in the mode of goodness, that means they are materially rich, they're well educated, they have good jobs, etc. That doesn't mean that they're going to be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. So you want to get out of this Ferris wheel syndrome of going up and then down and then up and then down in different lifetimes. You want to get out of that Ferris wheel syndrome by becoming Krishna conscious, where you actually become liberated from the cycle of birth and death. There are different cycles. There's so many different cycles in the material world, but the main cycle that we have to free ourselves from is the cycle of birth and death. We're not meant to live and then die and then take birth again and then live and then die and so forth. So the only way we can break that vicious cycle is by becoming Krishna conscious, chanting the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, associating with genuine devotees and hearing the Shastras, like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken by devotees. Now you can purchase the Bhagavad Gita here or the Srimad Bhagavatam also and read it yourself, but you won't really learn much. You'll learn something, but not really. Just like when you read a book and then you finish, how much of that book do you remember? You don't remember that much. However, when you hear the Bhagavad Gita spoken by a genuine devotee, and also you have a chance to ask questions, then you learn. You learn a lot, and you remember. So the whole Bhagavad Gita itself is questions and answers. Arjuna has so many questions, and he's asking Krishna to answer him, and Krishna is answering all his questions until Arjuna is perfectly satisfied and completely surrenders himself to Krishna. And by the way, the Bhagavad Gita is the oldest book in the history of the world. It was spoken the first time by Krishna to the sun god, Vivaswan or Surya, hundreds and millions of years ago. The last time it was spoken by Krishna was to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. So there's no book as old as the Bhagavad Gita. The Bible is hardly 2,000 years old. The Quran is hardly 15 years old. 1,500 years old. The Buddhist scripts maybe 2,500 years old. But Bhagavad Gita is many millions of years old. It's the oldest book in the history of the world. Therefore, if we read just one book, Bhagavad Gita, you'll have all knowledge. Just like a Christian, he reads one book, it's called the Bible. And his whole life, a Christian minister is just speaking from the Bible. And then the Muslims, the Muslim imam, he's speaking from one book, it's called the Quran. But there are mistakes in the Quran as well as the Bible. But that doesn't mean they're not spiritual. It definitely is spiritual understanding in both of those books, but there are mistakes. How do we know there's mistakes? Because Muslims eat meat and Christians eat meat. So that's a mistake. And there are other mistakes also. But in the Bhagavad Gita, there's no mistakes. Bhagavad Gita doesn't teach you to eat meat, and it doesn't teach you to do anything sinful. But in other religions, they don't see eating meat as being sinful, you see. So that's because they don't have proper, what you would call, teachers. And their scriptures have things missing in them. So anyway, we're not here to criticize the other religions, because there are many good things also in these other religions, but there are definitely things missing. However, in Krishna consciousness, nothing is missing. And that way, you will not go to heaven, you go to Vaikuntha by reading Bhagavad Gita. Whereas the Muslim, the good Christian, they'll go to heaven. But heaven is still in the material world. It's just on the highest planetary systems, where life is much, much better than where we are now in the middle planetary systems, and much, much better than Narak, or the hellish planetary systems. But heaven, or Jannat, is not outside of the process of birth, death, old age, and disease. You still are subject to birth, death, old age, and disease in heaven. So you'll go there, and then you'll come back down again, and that's called the Ferris wheel syndrome. It's only by Krishna consciousness that you can break away from that Ferris wheel syndrome and actually go back to Vaikuntha, the place where there's no kunta, there's no suffering, no anxiety. So the Vedic scriptures can help you tremendously to make some spiritual advancement. But even better than the Vedic scriptures is the Bhagavad Gita. Now, the Bhagavad Gita is one chapter of the Mahabharata. But Bhagavad Gita is the quintessential spiritual scripture that will lead you to eternal life very easily. Therefore, if you don't read any other book but the Bhagavad Gita, you will achieve everything you want. Now, what do we want? Okay, 1 second. Everything we want. We want to be free from birth, death, old age, and disease. The only way you can be free is if you regularly read and hear lectures given by devotees on Bhagavad Gita. You will understand, and by the way, it's easier to follow the Vedic process of Bhagavad Gita and then to engage in material life and sinful activities, not even knowing that certain things are sinful. So it's easier to just simply read Bhagavad Gita and associate with devotees, and above all, chant Hare Krishna. You will be a success in everything you do in this lifetime. Thank you very much. We'll stop right there and have Arti. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Hare Krishna. If you have any questions, I'm going to go sit in the library in the back. You can come and talk with me and ask your questions. Thank you.
Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaurachande Aratika Sopa Kiba Jaya Jaya Gaurachande Aratika Sopa Jagamanalopa Janavi Tatavani Jagamanalopa
Janavitatavane Jagamanalobha
Takinenithai-chan Pamigadadhara Nithai Nikateya Dvaita Shini Vasachhatradhara Bosiyache Kodachan Ratna Simhasani Harati Korena Brahma Adideva Gane Narahari Adi Kori Brahmaratulaya Narahari Adi Kori Chamaradulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Koshadigaya Sankha Bhaje Kantha Bhaje Bhaje Karathala Sankha Madhura Mridhanga Bhaje Paramarasala Sankha Bhaje Gantha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Sankha Bhaje Gantha Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje Sai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Sai Gaura Hari Bol Baho Koti Chandrachini Vadana Ujjvala Bahukoti Chandrachini Kala Deshe Panamala Kore Janamala Sukha Narada Preme Gada Gada Shiva Sukha sampada Korangira rotik soba Jagatana manaloba rotik soba Jagatana manaloba Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Saminiti Namine Srimati Bhakti Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatyade Satarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pasyatyade Satarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tiger, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Tiger, Hari Bol, Tiger, Hari Bol. Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivajikacharya Stotra Satashishi Mad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivajikacharya Astotra Satashishi Mad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Sakaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasri Gaur Bhaktavinda Ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakund Radhakan Giri Govardhan Ki Vajbhumi Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Navadip Mayapur Dham Ki Ganga Mai Ki Jamuna Mai Ki Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Samaveta Bhaktavinda Ki Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Namaste Narasimhaya Praladaladaine Hiranyakasipurvakshaha Silatankanakalaye Ito Nrsimha Parato Nrsimho Yeto Yeto Yami Tato Nrsimha Bahe Nrsimho Hrudaye Nrsimho Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapadye Tava Kara Kamalavare Nakham Adbhuta Sringa Dalita Hiranyakasipu Tanu Bringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Kamalavare Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Narasimha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Oh Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Oh Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev श्री भक्ति विघ्न विनाश का लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की श्रील प्रभुपाद की गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्ण
Thank you for coming for the Sunday feast. I would like to announce today's Sunday feast sponsors. Today's feast sponsors are Satvik Ishan, Brahma Moholkar on the occasion of mother's birthday, Savita Moholkar, and Charvik Reddy on the 9th birthday, and Balasubramanya Soshale seeking blessings for their son Kanishka's birthday. So thank you, and this is a great opportunity to commemorate and memorialize the various events in your life. So please do consider sponsoring the Sunday feast or free food truck which we have. As you know, we go multiple days to different locations and distribute the free prasadam. So it's wonderful to participate in this, and of all the charity, giving annadan is most important, right? So please do consider for any occasion. If you would like to sponsor, you can talk to the welcome desk, or you can go to our website and look under feast sponsorship. You will get a form which you can fill and give the details. Now, there's one important thing I would like to suggest, mention today is like we have here His Grace Ananda Chaitanya Prabhu. He's sitting, standing next to the entrance. So they got wonderful books about Radha and Krishna pastimes in Vrindavan. So Janmashtami is coming, Radhashtami is next month. So if you would like to read Radha Krishna's pastimes in a very easy to understand way, so these are the books. So they came from Europe and they're traveling all over the US. And today, I think Seattle is the last stop before they head out. So please do take a look at it. You can actually take one family or two families together. You can take one full set, or maybe three families, and you can share these books. So, but make sure that you actually don't go out without looking at those books and understanding what those books are. It's very important, at least in this country, that we should know our pastimes and literature of the Lord Sri Krishna. So we consider this a great opportunity. They are here. So please do consider and consider taking one of those sets. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ramo, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Dasayakari Jatasakire
Agnaya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda
Ya Koribo Seva Charanaravinda Radha Krishna Pranamora Yugala Kishore Radha Krishna Pranamora Yugala Kishore
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasiranudasa You can
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasiranandasa Shri Krishna
Lasha
Hare
Narottama Dasa
Deva Vilasa Gore Narottama Dasa Radha Krishna Pranamora
Vishnupada Paramhans Parivajacharya Stottra Shri Srimad His Divine Grace of H. Narayan Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder-Acharya BBT Founder-Acharya Save the Whole World Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Vishnupada Paramhans Parivajacharya Stottra Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य हरदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्णा गोविंदा श्याम मुकुंद राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की गंगा माई जमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की गोलोके वृंदन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की और गुरीज टू असेंबल devotees, all guris to assemble devotees, all guris to assemble devotees, all guris to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all guris to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Hare Hare Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo Ramo Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo Hare Ramo 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ramo